Welcome, Thomas. It's great to have you with us here at Research Insights. As you know, that's the news network where we present faculty and the latest research. Now I'm excited to see what you're doing with the Federal Drug Administration from the United States, and I was impressed about the breadth and the importance of that activity. Can you explain to us what is this all about?
First, thanks for having me, Thomas. It's always a pleasure to talk about what we are doing. This research is all about quality in pharma manufacturing, risk in pharma manufacturing. So in this collaboration with the FDA, we help them to get a scientific base to look into manufacturing, to identify risk, to derive decisions, for example, where to set priorities for inspections. So it's really amazing what we are doing here, and all is data-based, all is science-driven, and we are really glad to have this opportunity.
Now that's a very big administration. How do you get into the FDA with your research projects?
That's a really good question. To be honest, 10 years ago, it was far out of everything we thought could be possible. But interestingly, it was the FDA who called us and asked us if we would like to become part of a research proposal they had in mind, if we would apply for getting a fund. And then everything started. You can imagine back then, 2015, the university had nothing which would qualify for applying for US grants. So we had to do a lot of homework, to be honest. But finally, we were successful. And why was this possible? Because we built a certain reputation in pharma production over years. We had data, we had access. We worked with almost all big and also smaller pharma companies. And so they were quite aware there is a university, small country, but with already quite some impact. And that was originally the reason they asked us, and we were successful to get in. And since then, we stayed in this collaboration.
Well, given the fact that we try to create impact with our insights, how does that play out in that particular case? How do you create impact with your research?
Thanks for this question, Thomas. We sometimes also really wonder what happens with the thing we are doing, because, you know, we are a small university, and that's the biggest regulatory agency in the world, which has an impact on the whole pharma industry. So what the FDA is deciding, is doing, will change a lot. And we already have seen over these years that part of what we researched has really gone, for example, into inspection protocols the FDA applies. And additionally, when you look a bit more in the future, there is this keyword of performance-based regulations. So that you do not any longer just look into is what is currently going on compliant, but you really look what's the outcome, and can we, based on that, give some more regulatory freedom. And the work we are doing provides, again, a scientific base for exactly these discussions. So to come back to your answer, the impact could be quite high, but for sure we have to provide also the confidence that what we are doing is really based on science, on facts, and together this will really help to shape the future of quality in pharma manufacturing.